administration of the CPR. So it'll be after you do the breaths, you're going to locate the center of the chest on the infant. And a good guide to do this is to use the nipples and go from the center of the nipple into the middle and then your two fingers in that location. That is the middle of the chest on an infant. You're gonna do 30 chest pumps. When you do these pumps, they're going to be at a rate that's around 100 to 120 pumps per minute. So if you were doing 100 or going for a minute, it would be 100 pumps. And you'll do 30 of those. When you press down, you are actually pressing pretty hard because you want to go down 1/3 of the chest of the child. So hard and fast for 30 times after the 5 breaths. So 30. You're going to continue to do this, but you're going to next go with 2 breaths and 30, 2 breaths and 30, and continue the 2 and 30 until the child is responsive or help has arrived. Does anyone have any questions so far?
I do. Obviously, I'm a lot bigger than the baby. So how big of a breath should I be giving to the baby?
Use your best judgment, but you want to do a mild, gentle, even breath for 1 second.
Okay.
It shouldn't be a long drawn breath or a short breath, just gentle and even for 1 second.
Cool.
Does anyone else have any questions?
And when you're putting the finger under the chin, are you doing it to stabilize, or you're tilting?
You're actually using the finger to lift the chin, because when you're like this, your airway isn't open. When you lift the chin, you open that airway. So you're using the finger to lift the chin to open the airway.
So it might seem, obviously if the kid's blue, he's choking, but are there any maybe signs to see a kid choking without him being unresponsive?
So that's a good question. We're gonna go over that in the next demonstration that I do when we discuss the choking technique, okay? That's perfect for me to transition into that next technique. So I'm gonna actually have a volunteer for this, if you don't mind. Sarah, okay. Awesome. You might need to stand up for this just because of how how this works out. Yeah. Perfect.
Well, wait,
It's fine.
Because I need to use my leg first.
Okay.
Another important skill that you're going to use, and I'm going to have Sarah demonstrate, is what to do if a child is choking. What I mean by choking is anything that's caught in the airway. This is usually when a child is eating. Infants are learning, they go through a transition period of learning new textures when they're getting weaned, and it's the possibility of choking on the new textures that they're not familiar with. But it is important that newborns can also choke from mucus or curdled milk as well. So that's something just to keep in mind for that. All right, so if you find I'm so sorry. The way to tell if a child is choking is if there's no sounds. That's a general rule. So no crying, no coughing, cooing, no breathing. This is important for you to know because the best way to remove an object is to actually have the child cough the object out themselves. So if the child is responsive and can cough or cry, just monitor the child. Don't administer the procedure until until it becomes necessary, because you could actually do damage by the back thrusts if it's not necessary. So, Sarah, let's start. If you want to pick up learning Liam, and he's gonna go on face down, but when you do this, you want to make sure that you support the child's head and neck, and make sure that there's no hurt when you administer the blows. So Liam is going to want to go down a little bit, because his bum needs to be higher than his head. When you administer the back blows, it's going to be with the palm of your hand and in the middle of the shoulder blades. And you're going to do that 5 times, 5 back blows. Awesome. Then you're going to turn, while supporting his head and neck, turn Liam over. And you're going to administer the chest compressions like we did in the CPR for 5 times in the middle of the chest. Awesome. So when you're going to continue to do this until the object has been removed or until help arrives. Okay? All right. So at this point, we're getting a little bit close on time with our group session. So I want to wrap some things up, but I did want to leave a couple minutes so that you guys could ask me some questions and give me a little bit more feedback on our group today.
I have one question about the choking. How hard are you supposed to be?
You're going to want to do it fairly hard, but basically what you're doing is you're making sure that you're vibrating the vocal cords in there by doing that. So you want to do it hard enough so it makes the vibration and the child is able to cough up whatever the object is in there, but you want to be careful not to significantly injure the child.
Okay. And then second, I guess just some questions. This was awesome. I think I learned just a little bit, but enough to help me. So I guess what other classes are offered? Is it all safety related like this, or what's another class that we can?
So the hospital offers these classes every Wednesday for an 8-week period. So there's 8 different classes that you can attend, and they each have a different topic or a trend that we teach for that night. It's always taught by hospital social workers. Sometimes we have doctors come in and help us participate, answer questions that you might have, but every Wednesday in an 8-week period. Some of the topics include, like I said earlier, stress management is a really popular class that we have for first-time parents. One that has been suggested are services that might help provide assistance for parents that may need it. That has been a topic at one point. Infant safety, like we did tonight, basic skill sets. So changing diapers. Another one is after baby, a class on after baby, once baby's born. Does that answer your question?
Absolutely, thank you.
Okay. Does anyone else have any questions?
And then you said you could provide information for getting the license.
Yes.
Licensing? Because that was very helpful, but I definitely don't feel comfortable.
Right.
100% yet.
I completely understand, and I think it's great that you want to continue with this. I have some papers over here, and when we're finished, I can hand you one of those papers.